Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This information is red hot. Breaking news. Breaking news on martial law here in America. Trump has now just taken over the National Guard and is going to deploy and is deploying the National Guard in California as we speak and other places. You will hear a video by another YouTuber. You will actually watch it. It is 33 minutes long. I don't know if I'll play the whole thing for you or if I'll play the whole thing. I think it's best that you hear the whole thing because he's going to have a guest on that is an insider. I repeat, he is an insider on what's going on. He's giving clear, updated information on what's going on. Now, before I do that, I must show you what's going on next. Please allow me to introduce myself. TOES is short for the Open Eye System. I am your host, the Open Eye Systems. The eye of the hand. The eye sees everything. In short, I am known as the Eye. So the Open Eye System presents to you Tip of the Spearhead Productions. As we move forward, I want to read this verse to you, really quick. Matthew 10:20. For it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. I can clarify that. Let's go forward. John 8:44. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning, not holding to the truth. For there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native tongue, his native language. For he is a liar and the father of lies. Go to sleep, little sheeps, and let me destroy you. Now, what I'm about to show you is 268 lies this man has told since he's been in office. I will go through it real quick. I will speed up the process on the video so you can see them. It'll be fast. If you want to go to the site to check out each lie independently and read them for yourself and fact check them for yourself, by all means, please do so. But to speed this video up for your consumption, to get you the truth as soon as I can, the fastest way possible, if anybody even watches these videos, because it's been hard for me since my last channel was blocked from me getting in. I decided not to make YouTube videos anymore. But recently, I decided to come back. So, without further ado. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Eye of the Hand speaking. As I just showed you the Bible verse that speaks of him being the father of all lies. Let's go over all or some of the lies that he's told to prove the Bible verse correct. At least we know what type of person we're dealing with when you put that together, because he's lied more than any president combined, and he does it deceitfully. Let's remember, this morning, today is March 16th, 2020 at 10:55. You see it on the clock, it's 10:55. This morning, he announced that we were going to celebrate together as a country as a whole, that the stock markets would go up. No, they actually plummeted down over 2,000 points just this morning alone, and they had to stop the trading. So let's just go over some of these lies. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, there's 5, there's 6, there's 7, there's 8, there's 9, there's 10, there's 11, there's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh look, 17th one down, it says 17. Isn't that something? 17, 18, let's go back to 17 real quick. That is just a confirmation. I did not know that was there. God gives us confirmation in what we speak about, because he speaks through me. I have the right to speak. I will show you the Bible verse right after this. So that's 17, this is 18, this is 19, this is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, there's more. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. There's more. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78.
Hey there, Pastor. How are things back there? Well, we're trying to hold it together, but here in Indiana, there's a sense of emergency, no question, and actually, it's all over the country. Why don't you talk for a minute? I'm going to go run over here and deal with sugar, but as you're talking, tell them about the presidential. We're in a national state of emergency now, and the governors are shutting everything down. What is an Article 32 going to Article 10 under the Constitution of the United States, or the law that's been implemented?
Well, Pastor, what's happening here? I mean, I've got lots of friends and peers in Special Forces and in National Guard units in several places here in the United States and abroad. And I've been in contact with them since this thing started, keeping me in tune of what's happening on the military side of things. And it would appear that a lot of these National Guard units are being called up and being told to stand by, get ready to be switched over to active duty. The Guard falls under what they call Title 32. That's where they're under the Constitution, where they're allowed to operate, and where their chain of command and command and control and their jurisdiction falls under. Title 10 is for active duty troops. That falls under the Commander-in-Chief, President Donald Trump. But I've got a couple notifications today from a couple friends of mine and saying, hey, Mike, if you need anything here soon, you better get the next 48 hours, and then there you have it. But what's happening is it looks like these Guard units from either New York, North Carolina, Washington State are being moved, or potentially going to be moved up under Title 10 and given to the President. Now, why would you do that? It would appear that, the military is going all in here. President Trump's going all in, and he plans on moving military units out to the cities, containment and control major freeways, maybe protect the District of Columbia region, large cities. I was notified today from a friend at Fort Bragg that Fort Bragg's been put on 24-hour alert. Didn't tell me where they were going, but the fact that they're being put on alert's one thing. Another person contacted me about their Guard unit being called up and being told to stand by for a 2-week deployment locally. And stand by for this for going for up to 12 weeks. He said, well, what's going on for 12 weeks? If the military is employed and deployed locally and here in the continental United States, it's going to be to forcefully mandate and implement a forced quarantine. And so it looks like if the president saying no way we can stop this thing is quarantine the people. You put the military on the streets at major checkpoints, and you only allow mission essential people in and out. That would be your fire department, police, EMTs, doctors, nurses, etc.
Well, that sounds. I mean, basically, that's martial law. I mean, it comes with a curfew, also, right? Checkpoints and those.
You are absolutely correct, Pastor. I mean, the term that you hear most folks in your circle say is martial law. You will not hear the military will not use that. They'll just say we're doing confinement. We're doing confinement areas. We're doing police actions. And they may call it as like we're here to protect local assets, power plants, stores, freeways, etc. from looting. Remember, we've had that in the past, back, in various places after Supreme Court rulings, etc. We've had rioting in the streets, even after, sports games. But what I'm saying, the military will be brought in to protect. If the people are told go home, there's always going to be an element that's out there causing problems. And the military is going to be used to forcefully protect the assets of these business owners, even though the business might be completely bankrupt when this thing's over, but they'll be protecting it. Now then, what this will also do is if you're not prepared now, you're not going to be let in to go get a loaf of bread. If you don't have your gear and your water and your food in place now, you're not going to get it. And my Special Forces friend told me today that he was told, you guys have 48 hours before this thing gets locked down hard. And so these guys are being prepped up to move.
So let's ask ourselves a couple questions, because we're hearing that there's people out in California that are already getting text messages saying that they're going to start locking things down potentially at midnight in California tonight.
That's correct. And that's what's happening out here. Yes, that's correct.
And yes. You know that some of your contacts, and the folks, this is Agent X, that some of your contacts are already getting the call up now from Fort Bragg and maybe from other locations. I don't want to give away anything that is. Am I correct by saying that?
Well, that's correct. I mean, being called up, where they're deploying to is probably the classified element there.
Do you see the cities? Do you see the major cities being first to be locked down? Because man, how many troops would it take to lock down America?
Oh, America! Oh, you're looking at brigades. Entire divisions would have to be activated to do that.
Can't do that.
Divisions. I mean, you're looking at mass number, hundreds of thousands of troops. So you're not looking at a small time ordeal. But remember, Pastor, this was sort of exercised back in 2015, 2016, I recall, when they had Jade Helm.
Yes.
And remember, Mike from Around the World said that this stuff was going to happen in March and then May. So all these timelines are just magically lining up. I mean, that if they implement, containment, citizen, containment in any capacity, you're going to lock down the major capitals. You're going to lock down the interstates, major waterways. All the nuclear plants will be protected. And remember, the president has these executive orders already in place. They're already there. That under a national emergency, he is given complete power, almost like a dictator. I hate to use the word dictator, but what I'm saying, he has ultimate power to use civilian resources for national emergency. So he can turn over and say all the airlines will now carry U.S. service troops, or interstate commerce is now controlled by the federal government instead of individual companies. So right now, because he declared a national emergency, he is probably the most powerful man on the planet.
I think that, look, there's several things that people are concerned about. We know the coronavirus is up to 181,000 cases globally. So over 7,000 people have now died. That's just the numbers at Johns Hopkins University that's collecting for the CDC and the World Health Organization. The numbers are much higher than that, no doubt about it, especially out of China. But then again, the numbers, even though they're higher, pale in comparison to the flu. I mean, 36,000 people have already died in America from the flu. We've never shut down anything. We've shut down March Madness, the Major League Baseball, the NBA, the National Hockey League. I mean, we've shut down I can't go to Cracker Barrel tonight. This is a different world.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to input a few things. He is a Trump supporter. Paul Begley is a Trump supporter. And it says, I would throw the Bible verse in there, but I'm very tired. It does say that the devil, father of all lies, would fool even the elect, if possible. The elect meaning God's chosen ones. So Trump is fooling them. Now, what he's going to say next is basically that one of the reasons that Trump is doing this and exercising this full lockdown of martial law is because he believes that they're trying to break the economy and the stock markets, and then that'll get Trump kicked out because they'll want somebody to come in and fix it. Now, I believe that is correct. I believe that it is a cheap attempt to push Trump out by saying that he screwed up everything. Now, I don't know about you. I don't know if you watched the Simpsons episode of Bart to the Future, where President Trump was running for president against Lisa Simpson, who represented Hillary Clinton. But at the end of that, it showed Trump's death. It went into great detail. If you want, check it out. I won't get into too much of that because I'm trying to rush this. So, at the end of The Simpsons, Bart to the Future, Lisa Simpson's sitting behind the White House desk, basically talking about how Trump broke the economy, the last administration destroyed our our country, and there wasn't no money left over. So this is all leading up to a much bigger, I dare not want to say conspiracy, but it kind of is until proven otherwise, which you know it in your heart what's going on. You can feel it in your heart that this is coming, and it's coming down hard. Now, if you would, I'm going to play a little bit more of this, and if you want to listen to the full video, you can go to Paul Bagley. That is Paul Bagley, or just type in the heading at the top of this video, Breaking Citizen Containment National Guard / Agent X. As I continue.
Oh, hold it. So, what's this really about? Are we talking about a global reset financially behind this? Are we talking about incoming asteroids, the Kuiper Belt, or more importantly, the debris field from Planet X, Planet X Nibiru, Planet number 9?
Now, real quick, I do believe that they're going to set a new economic system, which would be digital currency. They are going to make people scan their faces in the system, and they are going to make people get a chip in their hand, and this would probably be the perfect time to do it, so that way they could use the excuse of the chip that you get in your hand will be directly linked to all hospitals. It will monitor your vital signs. It will tell them if you're coming down with ailments, having strokes, heart attacks, or if you just have any kind of viral disease. The chip will monitor your everything, and it will notify the hospitals. They will use that as an excuse for convenience for you to say that they cannot have the hospitals flooding. They are protecting the well-being of the hospitals and us by doing this. And they'll say it's a benefit for us. In a way it is, but again, it is used to track as well. Not only that, but you will not buy, trade, or sell without the mark on or in your forehead or on or in your hand. Well, once again, the chip that's in your hand will also be linked to your buying privileges through digital currency. Your face will be scanned into the Biometrics Visualization Entry and Exit Act, which is on Trump's to-do list. I actually do have that in my personal pictures and videos that I've done for previous, where it says final step in his to-do list, along with the triple number of ICE agents and build the border wall, make Mexico pay for it, yada, yada, yada. It says the last but not least, finally implement the Biometrics Visualization Entry and Exit Act, which means nobody will come or go without being scanned in and out of the city. They will say that it will reduce crime, and so on and so forth. Also, when you go into a smart store, because they will change the systems, they will say it's safer for people to not be working in stores, so that way nobody gets hurt if it was to be robbed. When you go into the store, you will grab your item and you will walk out, or items, and you will walk out, and it will automatically deduct the money from your account wirelessly, digitally. Okay, so these are just some points that I want you to think about, and it is going to happen, and I believe that's what they're doing now. But I don't want to bore you with all these long talks. If you're still watching this video, give me a thumbs up and a like, and please share it and subscribe to my channel. And I will have more professional, not like this one. This is a spur of the moment video
I will have professional videos edited and produced to you on topics like artificial intelligence, Planet X, the asteroid Apophis, which he's mentioned a few of those things. And they know that this is all coming. So this is a way to lock down everything now before it happens. Anyways, let me continue on, and I will be ending this video very shortly.
Look, we know we have a major increase of asteroids that's coming in. We're going to talk about it at our megaquake conference. And if we can't get to hold the conference, if the state of Indiana doesn't let me hold the conference, which right now doesn't look good, we're going to do it by the webinar. So everybody who's bought a ticket will get to watch it on the webinar, and then everybody else that wants to buy that ticket can get it, and so they can watch it live on the webinar. We'll do it that way. But either way, we're not going to hold back because this is information so vital. So Mike, you say Mike from around the world told us these things. So I'm asking you right now, Agent X, what is going on right now?
You know, the way the Democratic, I don't know if you watched them or not, but if you watched the debates the other night for the Democratic Party, I tell you, they don't have anything that can even rival taking down Trump.
No.
With Vice President Biden and Representative Sanders. But the only way you can, and their agenda, of course, is global warming, take your guns away, and more money for schools. And of course, Sanders is a complete communist. So, I mean, here's the way I see it. The only way you take down Trump is crash the economy. He has done more for this country economically in the last few years than the previous presidents combined. And everyone is benefiting from that. Some more than others, of course. But the way you take him out of office is you crash the economy to the point.
Now, real quick, he has a very valid point. The coronavirus was probably dispersed by somebody from within our system into China, because China is already saying it's made by America, and so isn't Russia. So now, from what I understand, Bill Gates dropped out of Microsoft to focus on other things like this pandemic, and he also made a movie a while back, and he starred in it about a pandemic, and I believe that they all had plans on withdrawing the stock market funds and selling off everything to break the country to get Trump out. That was their last minute resort to getting Trump out. So they're putting us all in jeopardy. I really hope that you would understand that. There's nothing really much we could do about it except for what? Go up into the mountains? I mean, yeah, right. They've got drones, they've got satellites. They're going to know where everybody is. So the only thing we could do is ride out this wave. But let's pay attention for a few more minutes, and then I will end this video.
Point that the people are begging for someone to come in and fix it. And of course, I personally believe that the New World Order and the Democratic Party and all those entities that march their drumbeat are going all in to wreck this economy. And of course, they're going to blame it on Trump. And okay, once this thing settles, that's going to give the Democratic Party so much ammunition, and so many businesses will be destroyed, and industries will be crippled to the point of that they cannot recover. There'll be a major uprising against Trump over this. Is what I'm afraid of, or at least that's what they're hoping for. That's what they're hoping for. So, what is President Trump doing? He's trying to squelch this thing as fast as possible. He realizes, based on what his medical team has told him, that confinement, containment, quarantine is the way to keep it from spreading. So he's pulling out the let's put the military on the streets card. Is pointing that way so bad, and I never thought we'd see that in our country, that we would have an emergency to the point that we have, the 82nd Airborne or the 101st or 4th Infantry Division, whoever it is, and military brigades of military police blocking the checkpoints at major intersections in towns. But I tell you what, there are a lot of indicators out there right now that's pointing that we're going to this direction. And here's what happened. The only way you get these people off the streets is do that. And, there are patriots out there that's going to say, well, I'm not going to live that way. And they will confront these military units. And the military police cannot arrest them, but they can detain them. They can detain them. And what happens after that? Where do they put these people? Is this once again, is this part of Jade Helm? That's exactly.
They're going to put them in FEMA camps.
What they did. They focused on folks that caused a ruckus. They scooped them up and hauled them away. And Pastor, I tell you what, we're seeing it happen. And remember, the military has a plan for everything. So there's a plan that's already laid out that's being broken down by commanders, from NORTHCOM on down, that shows which sector, which military unit will protect. This is not, they're not making this up.
Right, you're right. Now, there's some anti-Semitic people out there, Agent X, that really hate Israel, who really hate the Jews. And
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end it there. If you want to see or finish this video, you can go to his YouTube channel, Paul Bagley, or the inscription that was at the top of the video earlier on. With that being said, God bless everybody, and I mean everybody, friend and foe. I pray for you all. I pray for myself, and I pray for Jesus Christ. Amen.